Hey, what's up, y'all? This is gonna be a little different than most of my videos. I want to talk about addiction today. Um, Before I get started with this talk about addiction, because only people that I care about will be watching this, that I love, and I appreciate you, and I have genuine concern for you. I want to talk about this fuel shortage. I almost came on here last night and talked about the fuel shortage. I did have a meeting with our workers, and but I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't feel like coming on here and talking about it and warning people, go fill up. Then I woke up this morning to literal gas stations on the East Coast that are out of fuel. So, um, hold on a second. All right. So I want to just tell you, if you have a full tank in your car, great, keep it topped off. If you don't, please go fill up, because just because this is on the East Coast doesn't mean it's not going to reach us over here. They're going to have to start running more supplies over there, which can easily turn into a shortage here. This all started Friday when one of the main pipelines here in America was hacked by ransomware, and they had to shut down the pipeline. We also have a shortage on drivers, and I just think it's kind of important for everyone to know it's a big deal. It's can turn serious really fast, and you don't know what's around the corner. You got to have fuel in your vehicle just in case you have to escape an area and move on. So keep your tank full. Prices are going to go up. Also related to the fuel costs going up and the fuel shortages, you're going to see prices in the grocery store and everywhere else. We're already seeing wood in the hardware stores skyrocketing. You're going to see stuff go faster than it was um, in price. So, anyway, that being said, now I want to talk about addiction. Um, there's a reason I want to talk about addiction today. I'm just kind of in my fields a little bit. Most of you that know me know that I had a methamphetamine addiction for most of my adult life. Got into a bunch of trouble, went to prison for 6 years, and got out and have changed my life now. Addiction sticks with you. It's an everyday thing. I don't always feel, I don't really ever feel the urge to go out and get high again. I'm to the point where I'm like, fuck that. Um, when it comes to methamphetamines, however, I do indulge in marijuana sometimes. So some people say, hey, you're not clean, whatever. It is what it is. But as far as addiction goes, and my addiction to heavy drugs, um, I have a family member that I used to use with. They got clean, I got clean, kind of back and forth over the years. Then my mom passed, and this family member um, gave up years of sobriety and went back out there. And this was in 2010. So here we are in 2021, 11 years later. And, I haven't talked to this family member in probably 2 years. I've been avoiding conversations because they were so they would escalate so quickly and cause changes in my own emotions and stuff, and make things more difficult. I struggle with a lot of things. I don't trying to rebuild my life. Okay, there's something in me that I missed out on 6 years of my life in prison, but it's far worse than that because I missed out on a lot of years being, out there on methamphetamines. Okay, and I am rebuilding my life, and I take pride in not using. And stress is a motherfucker. Okay, stress is what would drive the addiction. Um, some of you'll know what I'm talking about, some of you won't, but methamphetamine's kind of like whether you smoke it, snort it, shoot it, however you take it. You get your dose, and it kind of like relieves stress. magically, like instantly. And then as the the hit or whatever wears off, the stress comes back and it's heavier, right? This has to do with brain chemistry and stuff. You've got all these receptors that are working high speed and mimicking different chemicals in your brain, and it just helps to relieve that stress instantaneously. Well, when you're coming down and that stress is harder and more prevalent, more stressful, if you will, um, it's so easy to just get another hit, right? Of course, it costs money, and sometimes you don't have money, so you have to do unfavorable things to come up with money to pay for your addiction, whatever. But you'll do anything to feed that addiction. It's not really to feed the addiction. You're not consciously going, oh, I need to feed the addiction. What you're doing is you're trying to get rid of some of that stress. Imagine this red button or something. It doesn't matter what color it is, but a button next to you. And every time you got stressed out, you just had to hit that button. And oh, you got this relief. But then a short while later, the stress was worse and heavier than it was the first time. But the button's still there, and it'll go away if you just hit that button. So you hit that button, and you get instant relief. Then it comes back stronger. So you hit that button. Addiction it's just constantly hitting that button. There can be a cage around that. You're going to do whatever it takes to get to that button because it's going to give you that little bit of relief, even if it's just short-lived. I've gotten away from all of that. I spent enough time in prison, and I've got enough years outside of prison now, 7 to be exact, outside of prison, 6 inside. So I've got a lot of years clean. And this person in my life, when I was talking to them, and it was just exhausting, mentally exhausting. And I don't know how to describe it, but it takes away my focus on what I'm trying to do in my life and live my life and stay out of prison and stay off of dope and just move forward in a positive manner in society. And there's a lot of I could be a real asshole. I'm sure that I'm a real asshole to a lot of people because of my own inability to deal with some shit, okay? I don't have a relationship with my children, and it's going to sound really, really fucked up, but I try to have a relationship with my children, and the relationship stressed me out so much, and it wasn't like I wanted to go get high, but I was sad. And I was diagnosed with bipolar when I was in my 20s. Now, whether that was an accurate diagnosis or not, maybe we'll never know because I was using methamphetamines at the time. However, my mother was diagnosed with bipolar, and it was pretty bad. Again, whether I am or not, it doesn't matter. I found a way. If I am, it's pretty remarkable that I found a way to work through this and not be sad, not be depressed. And my relationship with my children would stress me to the point of crying and just this sadness. Not the full grip of this sadness that I once had on me where you just like wrap this blanket of depression around you and wallow in it and turn on sad music and just like my relationship with my kids did not take me there, but it felt like it could. It was like the edge of that. And eventually, there's a lot involved. There's a lot to it. I won't get too personal with what was going on there, but I make phone calls and leave a message and not get a call back till a couple times, or send a text, and then but it was always me initiating the conversation, and then I don't know, it would make me sad and stress me out. So I don't talk to my kids. I haven't talked to them. It's about a year, I guess. And it's not because I don't want to talk to my kids. It's not because I don't love my kids. It's because I've learned to avoid situations that make me feel this deep sadness. I don't ever want to go there again. I can say I'll never get high on methamphetamines again. It's done enough in my life to, um, like, it makes me physically sick. Like, I want to vomit when I think about getting high on methamphetamines. Okay, that's easy. It's not always easy for everybody. It seems easy for me, right? They say never, whatever. If I've ever felt like I was going to go out and get high, then I would absolutely rush to a meeting right now. But it makes me so ill to think about that I don't want to get high. I'll never. I just won't go that route. But sadness and depression is another story, and I can't. I try to fight that. Okay. Anyway, I digress. This person in my life, this called me today. I haven't spoke to them in 2 years. I wasn't answering the phone for a while. When we did speak, I hung up on them last time, and because I was just done. And then they came into town, and my sister called me and was like, "Hey, they're at my door," and I'm like, "Look, I can't deal with it. I can't do it." And I'm sure my sister was bummed and not happy. In fact, she said, that this is via text, but she said, I don't like it, but I understand it. So when you're using, it's everybody else's fault. Okay, there's no ownership of your own defects and what you're doing. In fact, at one point, this person told me, you know, I'm like, look, you're still using. I just can't do it. I can't do it. And they said, you won't even recognize that I've gotten so much better. I don't use half the amount that I used to use. And that was like a genuine argument on their behalf. They were like being genuine with that excuse to me, and I'm just like, you don't fucking get it. Anyway, this person called me today, and I'm like, oh fuck. I didn't see who it was. I didn't know who it was. Okay. But when I hear who it is, I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, what's up? You know, like I'm in a program. Okay. How long you been in a program? Well, a little bit, but And they said our other sibling is mad at them. And I said, why? He said, well, because I haven't been in this program long enough, I guess. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway, they're like, I need to see you. I need to see someone. Can you please come see me? In West Reno. And I said, look, I can't. I can't just drop everything and go over there. What's going on? And they say, well, everything's changing tomorrow here at the program. Okay. Well, I don't know what to expect. I'm just really scared. And I said, okay, I understand that. It's part of it. Well, nobody wants to come see me. And so I'm like, look, you have to earn this shit. I'm glad you're in a program, and I love you with all my heart. But this is a lot. I said, in the world without this is a fucking lot right now. It's heavy. Everything is fucking heavy. And with what's been going on with you for the last 11 years, you have to understand that people are not going to want to rush over to catch up. So I don't know if you realize what's going on in the world, but it's a lot. And she says, no, I don't realize. I don't understand anything that's going on. It's okay. I understand that. And they said, well, tomorrow everything changes at the program, and I'm scared. I want to see someone today. She says, our sibling's going to come see her tomorrow. And I said, okay, well, that'll be good. But I want someone to come tonight, and nobody will come. I'm like, I'm sorry. I've got a lot on my plate. Well, what? Like, it's not your problem. But a lot. I don't know if any of you, well, some of you out there might know, but, I was on April 15th, I was sitting in my van, parked in a parking spot on South Virginia Street. And I put my seatbelt on. I'm with a friend of mine, and get in the car, put my seatbelt on, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I see this car veering over towards me. And I'm like, what? And, I blow the horn. I'm like, dude, and blam, we get hit. The van may be totaled. And this has been almost a month. Finally got it to the place today to be assessed. And we still don't know if it's total. We won't know for another 48 hours or so. But there's other shit going on. I don't need to talk. I don't like coming on here and talking about my problems. Everybody's got drama and problems right now. 2020 was pretty fucked up. 2021 is no better. Like I said, the gas shortage and all that shit. But a lot going on. This is just for the record. That's the van. So when I look at that, I'm really, really, really frustrated that I don't have my van. Everything, so I know that. So I think about back into a past life. My life before, if my car got hit like that and it was undrivable, I was on the Tento Express. I had to walk. We're fortunate enough to have another vehicle, and I am driving to and from work every day in a truck, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. Okay. I'm also very fortunate to have my health. I did not get hurt. I was sore. I was sore that night and most of the next day. Mostly, I believe, because I saw it coming and I tensed up. So I'll show you one more thing here. Hold on. I'm looking in the mirror. Wow. So, anyway, that was, I saw it happen, so I tensed up. I'm okay. I'm healthy. I have a vehicle to drive, but I'm out of sorts because I don't have my mobile office in which I, work out of every single day between here and Dayton and our two stores. And I'm out of sorts. I'm stressed out. It's going to be months before I get that fixed. But again, I try to hold on to, I have a vehicle to drive, and I'm healthy. Healthy is a relative term. I'm not hurt from the accident. Okay. But my point is, life is heavy. Life is heavier today than it was 2 years ago, before 2020. And that's across the board, not just for me, not just for, our household, for everyone out there. For an addict, life is at heaviness. So remember back to 2020 when everyone was terrified and they first told us to, we have to shut down basically the whole country for 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That unknowing, that feeling of not knowing what to expect, that despair. That's what an addict feels all the time, except right when they get high. When they're coming down, that's what they feel. When they're high, sometimes you're not feeling any of that. You're in your own little world, which is why you continue to use. But I can't imagine being high in these times. Well, I should rephrase that. It's not that I couldn't imagine being high during these times. I can't imagine coming down from a high during these times. Okay, how just overwhelming that would be. But honestly, the more I think about it, like this person, I don't know if they comprehend the gravity of the situation that we're in this country and other countries around the globe. And I'm not talking about the virus. Okay, we're in for some hard times. My point is, I didn't want to. If I would have saw who it was on the phone, I wouldn't have answered the phone. Chances are, but I did. And I told them, call me Thursday, and I might be able to come visit. And they're in a program. They're trying. So as long as they stay in this program, But they say, I'm scared, and everything's gonna change here tomorrow. And then they said something. They're just gonna kill every. I don't know. It was like psychosis, basically, whatever they said. And I'm like, what? It's like, nothing, So they've got some mental issues. Not that addiction isn't a mental issue, but I'm tired. I'm too tired for this, guys. Like, I'm tired. I don't know what to say. I'm mentally exhausted. I need to. Work is work, and it's. I bury myself into work, but oftentimes it brings a lot of stress. It doesn't bring sadness like other parts of my life that I've kind of eliminated, but it does bring stress. Some of that's taking its toll on my body and stuff. I'm working on that. I did have a pretty good blood test results last time I went to the doctor, so that's good, and that's improvement. But it all, kind of like, I don't need this, but this is family, and I love my family, and I don't want to be rude, and I don't want to seem heartless, and it's not that I don't care, because I do. I want the best for this person. But I don't know what's best for this person. And I know that I can't help this person achieve their best self. Only they can do that. Now, when I was I was running in circles that, were making it, whatever, and I knew what was going in my body. Not that it was good or wholesome or whatever. It was pH'd. Um, and I don't know what's in that shit nowadays, or has been for the last, you know, 13, 14, 15 years. I have no idea what's in the shit. But this person is suffering from some form of psychosis. I don't know if it's reversible after being clean for a while or what. I don't know what type of damage is done. And in the end, I guess it doesn't matter, right? We'll figure it out. But I just wanted to come on here and talk about this. People, we need help sometimes, okay, in life. And I'm all for a hand up, not a handout, okay? I feel like handouts exacerbate the problem. And we're seeing it with our homeless and stuff. I think that as long as people are handing money and food out the window at the off ramp to everyone holding a sign, I feel like I'm watching the problem get bigger and bigger. And yeah, we could argue that COVID and 2020, yada yada yada, has displaced a lot of people, but we've been watching this problem grow long before that. There are some mental health issues on that side of it, and I get that. And I think we should probably attack the problem from that end, but I'm not here to solve that problem. I don't have any real answers. But now I have this person in my life that's very dear to my heart that I care about and love. And I'm exhausted. I feel like I don't have the mental capacity to fucking deal with whatever drama they've got. I'm going to go visit them. But I'm going to terminate that visit if shit gets fucked up too quick. I'll try to hold, patience and be understanding as I possibly can. But, this is really fucking tough for me. And I guess I just want to come on here and talk about it to you guys. Just get it off my brain. No more Thursday. Maybe there'll be an update. Maybe there won't. I don't know. I'm just rattling on now. So I guess that'll be it for today. Thanks for coming and listening to me rant. Feel free to leave comments. I know that some of you out there have dealt with the same or similar situations, whether it was you in your own life or a loved one. I don't know. Just a little down. I'm okay. And I just really feel like I don't know. I'm torn. Like I want to help where I can, but I don't know if I have the mental capacity to help this person. Financially, it's not going to happen. It's just not there. Everybody out there listening right now, you do not have the financial means to help anyone. Things globally are getting really, really fucked up, and we are going to go into a recession or depression. I don't know which, but it's on the horizon. So you do not have the monetary means to help anyone out there. Help you and your immediate family, and prepare for the worst and hope for the best, because trouble's coming. Anyway, peace and love to everyone out there. That's all I got for tonight.